Welcome back to Al's Kitchen. Oh, it's been too long. I've missed doing these shows. Well, I'm back right now, and today we're going to be cooking a lovely chicken Dhansak. Dhansak used to be one of my absolute favourite curries when I used to eat it on Croydon Road in a lovely restaurant called the Mogul Brasserie. Don't go there anymore because I'm cooking curries at home anyway, so there's no point really in spending all of that money. I just want to thank also Nick, who sent me 12 of these large bottles of dark ale. Absolutely amazing. Never tried them before. Going to try them for the first time. And he sent me a little message. Hi Al, thanks for the work you put in on the vids. Inspirational. Enjoy, Nick. Well, thank you so much, Nick. I always love a freebie. So, what have you all been up to? I've been in Cyprus and had a lovely 2-week break in the sun. I even met one of my followers over there and we went for a few drinks in the Cheers bar in Proteras. Right, so chicken Dhansak, a lovely curry, hot, sweet and sour. The hot comes from the chili powder, the sweet comes from the mango chutney, the sour comes from the lemon juice, and of course we've got loads of spices that we're going to be putting in this curry. And it's part of the 30-minute series, so it won't take long at all. It says on the bottle that it's rich and dark, soft, full-bodied, with hints of dried fruits and dates. I mean, that is absolutely delicious. Nick, drop me a message. Tell me a little bit more about this. I'll be putting your link in the description box below. Right, so let's get on with the ingredients. Start off with the chicken. We've got 1 kilo of chicken thigh. Really recommend chicken thighs. They cook perfectly in these dishes. Well, I've got 150 grams of red split peas, lentils. Now, you don't need to soak them. You don't even need to cook them. All I've done is rinse them and they're going to cook in the curry, so even more simple. Over here, I've got 600 ml of onion water. This is the water that we boiled our onions in. And here I've got 600 grams of the onion. So do weigh your onions. It's very important that all the ratios are correct because, you know, I carefully write these recipes so everything's in balance. But with the onions, weigh 600 grams once peeled, boil them for 10 minutes. I cut across in the onion so the water gets in, boil them, and then drain the water and keep it 600 ml, and then blend the onion into a nice smooth paste. This is our base gravy basically. Right, onto the spices. I've got 2.5 tablespoons of Bassar mixed powder. You can also use regular mixed powder or mild Madras curry powder. I've mentioned them in order of my preference. So Bassar mixed, Madras curry powder. Here we've got 2.5 teaspoons of Garam Masala, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of Kasuri Methi. Now onto our red spices. We have 2 teaspoons of Tandoori masala powder, 2 teaspoons. I'm using Tikka hot and red chili powder. So this is 2 teaspoons of hot red chili powder. If you don't want it to be so hot, just use mild or leave out the chili powder and just stick with the 2 teaspoons here of Kashmiri chili powder, which isn't hot at all. I have half a teaspoon of turmeric. I've got 6 cracked cardamom pods, a Star Anise and a very small piece of cinnamon. Make sure the cinnamon's not too big. It's about the first segment of your finger. Here I've got 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup, 2 tablespoons of mango chutney, 6 tablespoons of double concentrate tomato puree mixed with a little water just so it pours. Don't worry about the water, it's going to evaporate. And here I've got just under 100 grams each of red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, and 3 tablespoons of garlic and ginger paste blended. And we're going to be using a squirt of lemon. Now, on my Facebook page, I did a poll as to whether I should be using real chunks of pineapple in the Dhansak, because as you know, there seems to be a north-south split divide as to whether you put pineapple on or in your Dhansak. Now, growing up in the south, as you can hear, I'm a southerner, I never experienced pineapple in my Dhansak. Never came in the Dhansak. But yeah, it was sweet, but never had the fruit in it. Until I went up north. I think I might have been in Derby or Lincoln or somewhere, and I had this massive ring of pineapple on it, and another restaurant there was like chunks of pineapple in it, and I was like, what the hell, they've served me my dessert with my dinner, and I just could not get over the fact it had fruit on it. I don't even like Hawaiian pizza. Anyway, so I did a vote on my Facebook page and people voted much more in favour of not putting pineapple in it, but a lot still voted to add it. So what I've decided is to keep everybody happy. I've literally taken 2 rings of pineapple out of the tin. I've chopped them into chunks and I'm going to add that amount, which is a very small amount, but it's optional. If you don't want pineapple in the curry, it's still a fantastic curry. And I've also left in 3 tablespoons of the pineapple juice that came in the tin. Right, I think we should fire up. Oh, I've also got a handful of fresh coriander that goes in near the end. Right, I'm using my lovely new cast aluminium pot. I did feature these on the Boona video, which was the last one. And I've put a link in the description box below where you can buy these. But you can't buy it anymore, but this is made of the exact same stuff. I've put you in position to be able to buy one. I've got the 36cm one. It works on all hobs except induction. But if you go for the 32cm in any colour, it works on induction. Right, so let's heat up this oil. And the first thing we're going to put in is the Star Anise, the cardamom pods and the cinnamon stick. And we're going to allow their flavours just to infuse a little in the oil. Once you start to hear just a little bit of cracking and popping, it means the oil was getting up to temperature. And we're going to go in with our onion paste. Now don't worry about getting the onion paste brown. We're going to cook it for 10 minutes, frying it. And just to carry on the sweetening process. It's just like the best shortcut ever. And I don't write this in the recipe, but I'm going to add a pinch of sugar and a pinch of salt. The salt's going to draw the moisture out of the onions and help them sweeten quicker. And the sugar is going to help caramelization speed up. Right, so we're going to cook these for 10 minutes and I'll be back. Right, before I leave you, you might all be wondering what this is all about on the wall. Do you remember in the last video I was getting totally harassed? She was calling me morning, noon and night for a booner. Well, it didn't stop there, and to be honest, I've had enough of it. So if anybody knows this lady, because she got my number somehow and I don't know how, and she's been ringing me again for more curries. She even asked me to make the booner again. Anyway, watch this. I'll be back in 10. Yeah, I'm good. You? Oh, no, I'm not doing the booner again. I've done it already. Yeah, I did it. It was crap. Did you cook it personally? Your husband did it. What's he like when he cooks other stuff then? Crap, he's no cook. Well, what does he cook? Apart from curries then, Michelle, what does he cook? Toast. Well, toast ain't really cooking, is it? Oh, he gets it the right shade of brown. Still not cooking though, is it? Okay, so you bought the spice blend, and what was that like? Crap. Michelle, listen, we've had tens of thousands of people buying these spices, and I can assure you they're amazing. But maybe he's the problem, I don't know. Just because he can put a spoon in his wok, it don't mean he's a good chef, does it? Really, come on. Well, no, Michelle, listen, I'm not taking that, that's abuse. What, Michelle? That's it, I've had enough of this. Okay, so with about 2 minutes to go, that's when I add the ginger and the garlic paste to complete the first 10 minutes. So when it goes, and give that a good mix. Now the onions have changed colour, and they've gone lovely and golden. And if you just touch and taste them, be careful, it's nice and sweet. No bitterness at all. Right, so let them cook down for their final 2 minutes. Oh yeah, thank you for everybody that voted in my beardathon on Facebook, where I posted a goatee, a short beard and a long beard. Short beard one, so I'm growing back my short beard for the winter to keep my face nice and snug and warm. What a wonderful thing a beard is. It's like a natural balaclava made of lovely fur. something women will never know, unless you're Greek. Greek women still shave. Right, so 1 minute left. We're going to make the curry paste now, and in order to do that we don't want the spices to burn, so we're going to turn out the flame. We'll turn it really low, but the heat goes off, and we're going to go in with all of the spices. So there's the Bassar mix, the Garam Masala, the Tandoori Masala, the chili powder, the Kashmiri, and the turmeric. Right, so we're going to mix that all together and to make a nice paste. So gently mix all of those spices into that onion paste. This pot is absolutely amazing. I mean, nothing sticks to it. It's like made of like a space age surface. It's not Teflon, you know, because Teflon can be pretty dangerous. There you go, look at that, beautiful. There's your lovely curry paste. Do you know a lot of Thai curries, you make a curry paste first. So that's all mixed in nice. And now we're going to go in with the tomato puree. Mix all that in. I mean, it smells lovely already, this. Nice big surface area to work with. High sides as well on these pots, so no splashing. So whoever does the cleaning in your house will be happier, because I don't tidy up afterwards. Right, now we're going to add the red and yellow pepper and the chicken. In that goes, and we're going to coat all of that in the curry paste spice mix. Getting ready for our second set of 10 minutes. There you go, so that's all covered. And now we're going to add the 600 ml of onion water that we got from boiling the onions. Now this is a recipe that's obviously got some lentils in, so you may or may not need to top up a little bit of water at the end. But that's not a problem, it won't be too much, it'll be just to get the correct consistency. Right, so now that's all kind of dissolved into the onion water. We're going to turn the heat back on, put that onto a nice simmer, and for the second stage you're going to need the lid on. So second stage, 10 minutes, and we'll be simmering that down, and I'll see you back in 10. Alexa, stop. Right, so that's the second set of 10 minutes done. Let's see how we're getting on. Oh, it's beautiful. Make sure if you get one of these pots, you get a silicone glove or tea towel, because this gets really hot. Anyway, look at that, and that's absolutely beautiful. Now, as you can see, it's really liquidy at the moment, but the spices are nicely cooked, the chicken's nicely cooked. But what we're going to do now is we're going to add the lentils. Now, this is why we want it to be liquidy, because the lentils are going to swell and they're going to absorb a lot of the moisture. So this is the last set of 10 minutes, and we're going to put in the 150 grams of rinsed lentils. Remember, these aren't pre-cooked. There you go, so they're all in. Give that a nice stir, and we've only got a few ingredients left. Now we're going to set another 10 minutes. This is the final stage, the perfecto stage. And now with the lid on or lid off, I want you to use your discretion on that, because obviously everybody that does this is going to do it a little bit differently. If you change anything, if your heat output's different, everything's going to be a little bit different. So what I'm going to do for this stage is I'm going to leave the lid half on, half off, so it can reduce down, not be totally off that it dries out too much. So now we're going to give that another 10 minutes, and then we're going to go in with our last condiments to finish it off. So I'll be back in another 10. Okay, so this is where it gets nice and interesting. So the curry is almost done, and that looks amazing. The oil has risen to the top, the chicken's cooked through, the thighs, and let's get some LED cam on this. Check out these colours with more light. That is beautiful, isn't it? And do you know what? I only think I might need just a touch of water. Maybe not, you know. I think that's actually a consistency that I like. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And just the right amount of lentils going through that. I'm going to finish off now by adding tomato ketchup. And you know what? Regarding tomato ketchup, a chef once said to me, you know, don't ridicule ketchup. Ketchup goes through an amazing process to get to where it's at when you taste it. Lots of real tomatoes go into ketchup. It's nice and sweet. It's been cooked. It's a condiment that we all love. And do you know, BIR restaurants do use it in their curries. Mango chutney. Now I've undercompensated with the salt. So you might need a little more than a teaspoon, but you can always add, you can't take away. And then Kasuri Methi and some coriander, save some for dressing. Turn that right down now and give it a stir. I mean, it looks amazing. Do you know, I mean, this is an optional thing I'm about to do. It doesn't need any more heat, but I am going to add just a touch of naga, not for the heat, but naga chili. I'm just going to put just a tiny amount of the oil in, literally like a quarter teaspoon. This stuff just adds a kind of a restaurant flavour to curries, and you don't need a lot. So just a tiny amount of that, and to get that sour note, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. 1, 2. Remember, these things you can adjust. And yeah, I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to go in with the pineapple chunks. Not many. Remember, we've got to eat this as a family, and you know, not everybody was happy, but you know what, I'm going with it. They're going in. Oh, some resistors. And give that a stir. Remember, you don't need to cook the pineapple, so that goes in right at the end. I mean, it absolutely looks amazing. And that's ready. That is ready to serve. Looks superb. Nick, I must congratulate you on these dark, rich ales. I'm having another one. Thank you so much. They go down really well though, don't they? And they make cooking so enjoyable. Beautiful, absolutely nice. Time to plate up. Right, time to dress the curry. It's beautiful. Right, that time again, the taste test. Right, so that was a really short amount of time. I've not been in the kitchen for more than an hour in total, prep and cooking. And like I told you, I absolutely love a Dhansak. So let's give this a go. Have a little bit of chicken, a little bit of the gravy. Cheers everyone. Well, that's beautiful. That is absolutely amazing. Listen, you're gonna have to try this yourself. It's the only way you're ever really gonna know. But I love you for watching my videos. I thank you for the support. Listen, once you've watched the video, I'm gonna be hanging around for an hour to answer all your questions and listen to your comments. Please drop one down below and we'll have a little chat there. While we're at it, if anybody's seen this one here, please give me as much information as you can give me before I pass them on to Crime Stoppers. So I'm Al and I'm out of here.